Hello friends, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to perform practical of chloride limit test. The learning objectives to know the definition, general principle, aim of this practical, principle of chloride and modified chloride limit test, procedure and conclusion. So very first of all, what is limit test? A limit is a value or amount that is likely to be present in a substance and test to examine or to investigate, while the impurity is a foreign matter or foreign particle present in the compound. The definition of the limit test is it is defined as a quantitative or semi-quantitative test designed to identify and control small quantities of impurities which are likely to be present in the substance. The importance of these limit tests are to find out the harmful amounts of impurities, to find out the avoidable or unavoidable amount of impurities. There are three types of limit test based on comparison method, quantitative determination, and test in which there is no visible reactions. The general principle of this limit test are if the sample is lighter than the standard solution, then it is to be within the pharmacopoeia limit and can be accepted. While if the sample is darker or heavier than the standard solution, then it is to be above the pharmacopoeia limit, and that time we can reject that sample. General precautions while performing the limit test. The liquid used must be clean and filtered if necessary. The Nestle cylinder must be made up of colorless glass and of the same inner diameter. While detecting the opalescence or color development must be performed in the daylights. When comparing the turbidity, it should be done against a black background, and when it is comparing the color, it should be done against the white background. The Nestle cylinder, as per the IP requirement, it is a clear glass cylinder with a normal capacity of 15 ml. The overall height is about 15 centimeter. The external height to the 50 ml mark up to 11 to 12.4 centimeter. The thickness of the all is around 1 to 1.5 mm and thickness of the base is about 1 to 3 mm. The external height to the 50 mm marks of the cylinder used for the test must not differ by more than 1 mm. The today's practical's aim is to perform the chloride limit test. The requirement is glassware and chemicals. Glassware, pair of Nestle cylinder, glass rod, beaker 100 ml, pipette 10 ml, pipette 1 ml. Chemicals sample solution standard solution of 0.0584% weight by volume of sodium chloride, dilute nitric acid and silver nitrate solution. It is the general reaction of limit test for the chloride. When the soluble chloride react with the silver nitrate, it will give the formation of silver chloride, which is insoluble in water and that will produce the turbidity. Generally, the principle of this test, which is mainly used to control chloride impurity in inorganic substance, depends upon the simple reaction between silver nitrate and soluble chloride, which give the insoluble silver chloride in the presence of dilute nitric acid. The insoluble silver chloride makes the solution opalescent, and the extent of opalescence depending upon the amount of chloride present in the substance is compared with the standard opalescence produced in the standard solution, which is having the known amount of chloride by adding silver nitrate and same volume of dilute nitric acid as used in the test solutions. If the opalescence produced in the test is less intense than that of the standard opalescence, the sample passes the limit test for the chloride, and vice versa. That means if it is more than the standard, then it will fail the limit test. We have to take a note that dilute nitric acid is used to prevent the precipitation of the other acid radicals with the silver nitrate solutions. It acts by providing the common ion, that is nitrates. The procedure of this limit test for chloride, very first of all, we have to take a pair of Nestle cylinder and mark them as a test and standard of 15 ml capacities. In the first step, we will take the test sample in the test Nestle cylinder. For this, we require to dissolve the specified quantity of substance in the distilled water and transfer to the Nestle cylinder, which is marked as a test. Similarly, we can transfer 1 ml of 0.058 or 5% weight by volume solution of standard sodium chloride in the Nestle cylinder, which is marked as a standard. The second step, we will add a 10 ml dilute nitric acid in the both the Nestle cylinders. Then make up the volume up to 15 ml and then add 1 ml of silver nitrate solution in the both the Nestle cylinder. Stir immediately with the glass rod and allow to stand for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we have to observe the opalescence. Now, we will compare the opalescence produced in the test solution with the standard. If the opalescence produced in the test solution is darker or more than the standard, we can say that the test sample failed the limit test. But if it it is less than the standard, we can say that is the sample having the impurities are within the limit or within the pharmacopoeial limit, and that time we can say the given test sample passes the limit test for chloride. Similarly, we can perform a modified chloride limit test. The requirements are similar, reaction is also similar, but just the difference in the principle, that only the difference from the chloride limit test is that we require to modify the nature of the sample. That means if our unknown sample is water insoluble, we require to make it soluble with the suitable solvent so that it will be water miscible. For example, we can take a calcium carbonate which is water insoluble, but it is soluble in dilute nitric acid. After making it soluble in the dilute nitric acid, we can use this diluted sample with the distilled water for further chloride limit test. Similarly, if any colored sample, then first we will make the sample decolorize. For example, KMNO4 which is pink colored, after treatment with the alcohol, it will be decolorized and can be further used for chloride limit test. Such type of modification is known as modified chloride limit test. The modified chloride limit test, which is mainly used to control chloride impurities in the invariant substance, depends upon the simple reaction between silver nitrate and soluble chloride to give the insoluble silver chloride in the presence of dilute nitric acid. The principle, the insoluble silver chloride makes the solution opalescent, and the extent of opalescence depending upon the amount of chloride present in the substance is compared with that of standard opalescence, which is produced in the standard solution having the known amount of chloride by adding silver nitrate and same volume of dilute nitric acid as used in the test solution. If the opalescence produced in the test is less intense than that of the standard opalescence, the sample passes the limit test for chloride and vice versa. The procedure is same as earlier we performed for the limit test for chloride. Similarly, we have to take a pair of Nessler cylinder and mark them as a standard and test. But here we have to take a sample and we have to modify it for its nature, for making soluble or for decolorizing. And then that sample we will transfer to the test Nessler cylinder. Similarly, we can transfer a standard 1 ml of 0.058 4-5% weight by solution of sodium chloride in the Nessler cylinder mark as a standard. Then in the next step we will add the 10 ml of dilute nitric acid in both the solutions, and then make up the volume to 50 ml with the water and add 1 ml of silver nitrate solution in the both Nessler cylinders. Stir immediately with the glass rod and allow them to stand for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes we will observe the opalescence produced in the test solution and standard solution. Then we compare the opalescence of test with the standard. If it is less than the standard, we can say that the given unknown sample after modification shows the passes the limit test for chloride, as it is having chloride soluble impurities within the pharmacopoeial limit as compared to standard, and then it will pass the limit test for chloride.
Hello friends, welcome for today's session. In today's session, today we are going to perform limit test for chloride. For this, our aim of today's practical, we have to write down to perform limit test for chloride. There are some requirements. Chemicals, we require dilute nitric acid, silver nitrate solution 1%, standard solution, distilled water, etc. Glass fetch, we require pair of Nessler cylinder, glass rod, beaker, measuring cylinder, etc. We have to remember that every time whenever we are going to perform the limit test, we have to use only the distilled water here. Now, all of you familiar with the impurities. What are impurities? So, impurities are the foreign matters or particles which are present in our sample. So, these are the unwanted substances. We have seen there are different sources for these impurities. Impurities are of type different types like chloride, sulfates, heavy metal, etc. In today's practical, we have to find out the limit test for chlorides. Now, what is limit test? These are the quantitative or semi-quantitative type of test. So here we can investigate or find out the presence of impurities in our sample. This test, limit test mainly depends upon the comparison between the test sample and standard sample, where either turbidity is produced or color intensity is developed. So in the limit test for chloride, here a turbidity or white opalescence is produced, and we have to compare our test sample with that of standard. So this is our principle. So For today's practical, the principle is limit test for chloride that involves the chemical reaction between the silver nitrate and soluble chloride in presence of dilute nitric acid or acidic environment, which will form a precipitate of silver chloride which is insoluble in dilute nitric acid, so that this insoluble silver chloride precipitate gives a turbidity to the solution, or it is also known as opalescence to the solutions. Here, whatever be the turbidity produced in the test solution, we have to compare it with that of the standard solution where known amount of chloride impurity is present. Now, while comparing the turbidity, we have to view it transversely against the black background. Here the turbidity is white, or white opalescence is produced. Therefore, we have to view it transversely against the black background. Now, next procedure we will perform at the benchtop. So we will see how actually the practical is performed. For chloride. Now, as earlier we have discussed, the requirement for this practical glass pairs, we required a pair of Nessler cylinder, then 50 ml measuring cylinder, 10 ml measuring cylinder, pipettes of 10 ml and 1 ml, glass rods. Apart from this, we required chemicals. Very first of all, we required standard solution, test sample, distilled water, dilute nitric acid and silver nitrate solution. Practical right now. First of all, we will take Nessler cylinder which is marked as a test, and another Nessler cylinder which is marked as a standard. Now, very first of all, we will take 10 ml pipette. With the help of 10 ml pipette, we will take first of all, we will take first of all test. Now we will take 1 ml of we will take 1 ml of test solution in a Nessler cylinder which is marked as a test. Similarly, we will take standard solution we will take 1 ml of standard solution in a Nessler cylinder which is marked as a standard. Now, next step is second step, that is we have to take 10 ml of dilute nitric acid in both the cylinders. So we will take 10 ml of dilute nitric acid either with the help of 10 ml measuring cylinder or with the help of 10 ml glass pipette. Now, step number 3. Now we will take distilled water. We have to add sufficient quantity of distilled water in both the Nessler cylinders. So very first of all, we will take test and we will add it up to the mark 15 ml. Similarly, we will add distilled water in a Nessler cylinder which is marked as a standard. Okay. Now in both the cylinders we have taken solutions up to the mark 50 ml. Now the last step is addition of addition of silver nitrate solution. Now we will add 1 ml of silver nitrate in test sample. Similarly, we will add 1 ml of silver nitrate in the standard. Okay. After addition of, now we will allow this both the solution. We will stir this both the solution with the help of glass rod. Now we will take both the Nessler cylinder. After stirring properly and allowing to settle for 5 minutes, both the Nessler cylinders are taken against the black background. Now we have to observe the turbidity and compare the turbidity in both the Nessler cylinders. Now after 5 minutes we will find that in the test sample the turbidity produced in the test sample and both the another Nessler cylinder, that is standard, having also a turbidity produced. Now what we have to do, as this is a white turbidity, we have to compare the turbidity in the test solution with the standard vertically. So if we look at vertically, it is found that the test sample having less turbidity as compared to this standard. It means our test sample, it contains a soluble chloride in within the limit as compared to the standard, and therefore it is having less soluble chloride impurities as compared to standard. It concludes that the given test sample or unknown test sample having less chloride impurity as compared to the standard, and hence this test sample passes chloride limit test as per IP. Thank you. So friends, after performing the practical of limit test for chloride, we got some observations here. As we have seen that there is a white opalescence or turbidity is produced in the test solutions. Similarly, the white turbidity or opalescence is developed in the standard where the known amount of chloride is present. Now, here we have compared this opalescence or turbidity produced in the test solution with the standard, and we found that as turbidity in the test solution or opalescence developed in the test solution when compared with that of standard, it is found that it is less as compared to standard, and that means the chloride impurity present in our sample are within the pharmacopoeia limit. That means it passes the limit test for chloride as per IP. Thank you.
So students, after completion of practical, we have noted the observation that the turbidity or opalescence produced in the sample solution is not more than that of standard solutions. And here we can say that the given unknown sample passes the limit test for chloride. Now we have used here nitric acid. The reason behind the adding the nitric acid to the chloride limit test or making the solution acidic, and it also helps silver chloride to precipitate to make the solution turbid at the end of process. So finally we can conclude the result that the given sample passes the limit test for chlorides. Now we will see some voice questions. Very first of all, some objective questions. So here very first question is, What are limit test? So we can say that limit tests are quantitative or semi-quantitative tests which are designed to identify and control small quantities of impurities which are likely to be present in the substance. As already we have seen, impurities are the foreign particles or unknown or unwanted substance in the given known substance. Second question is, that is, write the principle behind chloride limit test. Now, as earlier we have discussed that the principle of chloride limit test is based upon the reaction between soluble soluble chloride ions and in between the silver nitrate solutions. So after the reaction between the silver nitrate and soluble chloride, it will produce a silver chlorides, and that produces the turbidity to the solution or opalescence to the solutions. And then we can compare a turbidity of test sample with that of standard solutions. Next question is, why nitric acid is added in the chloride limit test. Nitric acid is added in the chloride limit test because it provides the acidic environments, and it also helps the silver chloride to form the uniform turbidity at the last. The fourth question is, what is the difference between normal chloride limit test and modified limit test for chloride? The difference between the normal chloride limit test and modified chloride limit test is that in normal chloride limit test, we can take sample as such and we can directly use it for the performing the chloride limit test. While in modified chloride limit test, we have to modify the nature of the sample. That means if our sample is insoluble in water, we have to make it soluble by using proper solvent, and then we have to use that solubilized sample. Similarly, if the sample is colored, then we can make the sample decolorize. For example, we can take an example of KMnO4. The KMnO4 is in pink color, so it will impart the color to the solutions. So we require first of all to decolorize the KMnO4. For this, we can treat the KMnO4 sample by using activated charcoal. And last question, that is, why silver nitrate is used in the limit test for chloride. Silver nitrate is used in the limit test for chloride because when it reacts with the soluble chloride, it produces the silver chloride which gives the turbidity to the solutions. One more question is that how standard chloride solution is prepared. Now we can prepare a solution of 0.05845% of the weight by volume solution of the sodium chloride, and we can take 1 ml of that solution and make the volume up to 10 ml, and that sample solution is to be used as a standard chloride solution. So students, there are some multiple choice question from this chloride limit test. Very first question. So first question is, nitric acid is added in the limit test of chloride to make the solutions. There are 4 options are given. First, acidic, basic, neutral, none of these. The correct option is here option A, that is acidic. Second question, limit test for chloride has been based upon the reaction between dash dash and dash dash on to obtain turbidity. Here 4 options. First is chloride and silver nitrate, iron and silver nitrate, chloride and sulfuric acid, none of these. Correct option is here again chloride and silver nitrate. Third question, if the sample is lighter in color, turbidity, opalescence than that of standard solution, then it is whether it is accepted, reject, none of above. The sample is lighter than that of standard, then it is correct option is here accepted. Fourth question, modified limit test for chloride involves first, make the sample soluble in suitable solvent, modification of nature of compound, make sample decolorize, and last option is all of the above. So correct option is here all of the above. Last question, following are the reagents used in the limit test of chloride: barium chloride, glacial acetic acid, silver nitrate solution, thioglycolic acid. So here in chloride limit test we are using silver nitrate solution. So this was the about the different 5 voice questions based upon the chloride limit test and modified chloride limit test. So thank you.